Hey, good morning. It is my second day fasting for Ramadan this year, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about it and what it's teaching me and what it does for you, because I feel like a lot of people think that fasting, it's just fasting, it's just not eating and drinking, but it's actually a lot more than that, and it teaches you a lot about yourself, and it teaches you a lot about some really good traits, basically. So the first thing that I think it teaches you, I'm gonna just turn that off, is intentionality, because when you do things during your day, so you get up and you eat and you pray, and then I go back to sleep because I don't have to get out of bed, so I like to go back to sleep, and then once I wake up, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm fasting today, and it's gives you this consciousness, and it's okay, well, I have to brush my teeth, but I have to make sure I'm not swallowing my toothpaste, so I have to spit it all out, and all the water, I have to spit it out. You can't swallow. And it's things like that. It makes you really focus on what you're actually doing. You have to be intentional with what you're doing, otherwise you might mess up, right? And you have to be intentional with your meals, because you need the right nutrients, you need the right amounts of everything: carbohydrates, protein, fiber, nutrients, vegetables, things like that. You need the right amounts. You can't just eat junk food and stuff like that, because your body won't function. So I think it really teaches you you have to be intentional with your food, with your choices, with your actions. When I'm packing my bag, okay, well, obviously I can't bring my water bottle and I can't bring any food. When I'm at uni, it's not okay, well, now I've got a break, I'm just gonna go eat some food for an hour, because usually that's what I do. I literally just eat in my breaks, and it's oh no, I can't do that. I have to choose and intentionally, consciously choose to do something else other than my normal routine, and it makes you very aware of what you're doing, and it just makes all of your actions, I think, really intentional and just conscious. Do you know what I mean? It's just you're not on autopilot anymore. You have to you actually have to think about things, which I think is a really good trait, because intentionality is literally one of the best traits ever. If you use your time intentionally, which you do in Ramadan, you wouldn't be addicted to your phone, you wouldn't be addicted to substances or drinking or going out, you wouldn't be indulging in bad behavior, do you know what I mean? If you were intentional with your time and you realize, oh, okay, I'm not actually on this earth for very long, I'm going to be intentional with how I spend my time. I'm not going to spend 3 hours doom scrolling if I'm intentional with it. No one intends to do that, because that's a waste of time. And it's also my normal lifestyle of just, going out with my friends. I can't go clubbing in this month, because by the time I get back from clubbing, I would have to be up in 2 hours, maybe an hour, to get up to pray and eat before fasting, so I can't go out. And so it's okay, I actually have to choose to spend time with my friends in a different way, and it just makes it so much more intentional, and okay, I actually have to try, and it's not autopilot. And I think that's a really big thing, because I think a lot of people in this day and age are just on autopilot, and snapping out of that and being conscious and being aware and being intentional is really, really vital to regain your own power and autonomy. Anyways, Moving on, I think it teaches you also presence, because you have to be present when you're praying. I mean, specifically for me, like I'm learning at the moment, I'm learning my prayers, so I'm actually reading them off of my iPad whilst I'm praying. And it literally, like, I literally don't think about anything else. And I haven't felt a kind of presence like that in so long. It's actually unreal. It's unmatched as well. It's absolutely unmatched. Like, I am sat there reading the prayers off of it and doing my namaz, and I'm not thinking about anything else. Obviously, I come out of it and I'm reflecting on what happened. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I wasn't worried about this. I wasn't listening out for this. I wasn't thinking about this. I wasn't doing this. I was fully present and I was fully just in the moment learning. And I think that is a huge, huge thing that I haven't felt in a really long time. I feel like I am pretty present in my relationships and with my time, but not like that. That was like a higher level of like literally no thoughts except from praying, you know. Which I really I find interesting, and I really value it as well, because I think that's genuinely just amazing. Yeah, I think praying and being hungry makes you present, I think. I want to say being hungry makes you present. For me, at least, because I can feel my stomach grumbling. Like, I can feel that in my body, and I have to clock in with my body and check how I'm feeling. And it's like bringing your awareness to your body. Oh yeah, my stomach feels kind of heavy, or it feels empty, or it feels full once we've eaten. Do you know what I mean? It makes you like really just clock in with yourself and to be aware and be present with yourself, which is really amazing. Also, it just makes you be present with God as well, and it nourishes that connection. But like that's the whole point of it. It's the whole point of the month. Anyways, I think it teaches you discipline. I mean, obviously it teaches you discipline. You can't give in to your desires, right? Your desire is to eat, and you're at home by yourself, and you can feel your stomach grumbling, you can feel that it's empty, and yet you don't eat. You still don't eat. Because it's like, you know, number one, that Allah is watching you, and He can see, okay? Like, nothing escapes Allah, right? Nothing. But also, you just don't want to. You just don't want to. You want to commit to the day. You've already got up in the morning. You've already eaten suhoor. You've already prayed. You've already opened your whole fast. Why would you break that? You're committed. You're in it now. You can't leave. And I think like people, they want to continue. And so they won't give in to their desires, and they will just like discipline themselves. No, I can't eat. Even though I really, really want to eat and I'm so hungry, I'm not going to eat. And having the power to say no to the desires we have. And I know, obviously, eating isn't necessarily a desire, but a need. However, there is a point where a need can become a desire. Because when you eat, at the beginning and the end of the day, you need to eat. You know, you need to eat for your body to function and for you to remain healthy. And so we do eat during the day, at the ends of the day. But during the day, you don't need to eat. That's a desire. When you are in between meals and you have nothing to do and you just have a snack, that's now a desire. When you go to the cinema and you buy popcorn and you buy snacks beforehand, not because you're hungry, but because that's just what you do in the cinema. And the need for eating, the functional need for eating, has now turned into a desire. And that's pretty important. So you're saying no to a desire. You're saying, no, I can't do this. You're saying no to, I mean, obviously you're supposed to be more like on your dean and stuff like that, like no swearing, no gossiping, no backbiting, no lying, more practicing of the religion, like no intimacy throughout the day with your spouse, right? You're saying no to a lot of desires, like whilst fasting. You're saying, oh, no, I was going to say that, but I can't swear. Or I was going to say that, but I can't gossip. And you're like bringing yourself back in, and that links to like the intentionality of it all. You have to change your daily habits. And it makes you more disciplined because you're like, no, I'm not doing this. Which I think is really amazing, honestly. It genuinely it teaches you so much. And I think even those 3 things, intentionality, presence, and discipline, is like so huge. Like those, like if you have mastered those, like bro, you're so chill, And I was also what I also was gonna say before my storage ran out was waking up early also is a huge part of it, and saying no to sleeping in, because I feel like a lot of people, like when they get up, it's like snooze, you set your alarm early so that you can, sleep in. And when it's in Ramadan, obviously I usually also do that. Like I will just stop my alarm if I don't want to get up. I'm like, no. Even though I set my alarm for a reason, I'm like, no, don't care. But in Ramadan, like when you wake up at 4 a.m, whatever, you literally can't. You like literally can't, because if you don't get up, then you're gonna miss the time slot you have to eat and drink, and then you're gonna miss prayers, and you're not gonna be able to fast. Like there's literally no point, and you just can't not get up. You can't snooze it. You just have to get out of bed and go. And that is so, like, that, even that small act every single day just teaches you discipline as well. You're just saying no to what you want in order to, like, you're sacrificing your desires in order to, like, practice your religion, and in order to, have spiritual growth, religious growth, all the different types of growth, right? And that is really cool. Like, there's a whole month like just dedicated to growing in the absolute best way possible. Like that's pretty sick. I think just those 3 things are enough to, convince anyone. I think they are really valuable traits to have, and really valuable traits to work on and perfect and master, so you can just have a good life. Do you know what I mean? Have a life that you want to live. And I'm going to go now because my mum's calling me. But that's all I wanted to say anyway, so bye.